Good morning, everyone. Today is Monday. I think it's the 8th. I don't even know. We just got Easter on the school bus, and we gotta go look at some t-shirt orders for the new season for track. Don't mind my scarf. I'm trying to lay it down, my hair down until Wednesday when I have to get it done. Yeah, we gotta go do that. It's raining. I think it's supposed to rain pretty much all day today, and it is 49 degrees. It's really not cold. It's just, the wind kind of picks up every once in a while. So the hubby will be driving when he gets in the car, and we gotta go out of school. I don't know if we're gonna go as soon as we're done with our meeting, or if we're just gonna wait and talk to her teachers when we go up there to change her for lunch and take her lunch. I'm not really sure yet. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. I had to tell them to bring her schedule, bring Easter's schedule out. We still don't really know who her teachers are because it's not on her schedule. So we're just praying today's better. They were on time today, which we knew the first day they weren't going to be completely on time, but that coming home thing was a bit much. So we're just praying today will be a very good day, and that we won't have any of those issues that we had on Friday. So yeah, we just got a lot going on with the track stuff. We have a track meet. Sorry. We have a track meet scheduled for the 14th of this month in Birmingham. It's going to be very tiresome because we're supposed to leave at 1 in the morning. Because Birmingham from where we're at is about 5 hours away. And I think we have about 15 kids going. So, yeah. Hold on. You might want to sit behind me because your granddad's going to have that seat back. Talking to our grandson. But yeah, I'll come back later. Let's get it, Alabama. Y'all, while he did this to my chicken salad, he feels the paleo mayonnaise wasn't good enough, so he had to go and add all this extra mayonnaise.
It's not real mayonnaise.
It is real mayonnaise.
It's partial mayo. And that's...
Do y'all see this? What I have to deal with? Guys, I am getting ready to make this almond butter with chocolate and pecan, like a fudge candy, for dessert. And I'm going to show you how I do it. It is a paleo approved dessert. So first we're going to line our cookie sheet with some cupcake liners, and it's football because Alabama's playing. So I decided to come on in here real quick. I'm missing part of the game just to do this because it shouldn't take long. I'm about to chop up my pecans and then I'll come back. So I've lined the baking pans and I've chopped up some pecans. I didn't buy almonds because it calls for almonds, but I like chocolate and pecans. I'm going to use 3/4 cup of almond butter, as well as 3/4 cups of this Hershey's Kitchen chocolate chips, sugar-free. So I've got my water boiling for my double boiler, and let's get started. Alright, so I have my little double boiler going, and I'm just gonna, everything's in there for right now. So you melt down the chocolate and the almond butter first, and then I will fold in the pecans and a little salt. As you see, it is starting to melt down. And when you're using a double boiler, you can use a metal pan or a glass pan on top of some kind of, it doesn't have to be boiling water, because you don't want to burn the chocolate, but just enough, you know, a simmer so that steam can get to going, and it will start to melt, y'all. Look at that creamy consistency. So it is melted. Now I'm going to fold in the pecans. Like I said, it calls for almonds, but you can use whatever nut of your choice. And 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So I've added my pecans and salt, and you're just going to fold the mixture, the pecans into the mixture. So let me finish folding, and I will show you what they look like in the cookie cupcake holders. Guys, I'm going to use a ice cream scooper just to fill up. I'm gonna do 1 scoop at a time into the cupcake liners, and then when there's if some left, I'll come back because I have 12 of them that I have to fill out. So that is that going in. So I have all of them in the cookie sheet. This cookie sheet has been with me for years, so don't worry about all that. But they're all in there, and guess what? It's a no bake, so they're gonna go in the freezer for 20 minutes. Here is our finished product. Good morning, good morning. Well, yeah, it's still morning. It's 11 o'clock. Today is Tuesday, and I am heading to Alabama. My uncle, the one that I was telling you guys about, that's here from Maryland, that got his leg amputated. They rushed him to the hospital last night. Apparently he has an abscess on the stump that just started bleeding out of control, and he has some type of infection, and I'm going over to make sure he's okay, number one. Number two, and talk to see who the infectious disease or vascular surgeon is, because all of his surgeries are done in Maryland. So I have his surgeon's number, and we have a couple people in our family that are medical, but I don't think they are at the hospital. So I'm going to go up there so I can talk to them to see what their game plan is, because the vascular surgeons that I worked for here in Florida, they do go over to Alabama like once a week, and I want to make sure if he has to have anything, it'll be with them, and if they can't provide them, then he needs to come to Florida and get with the group that I used to work for, because I don't trust that hospital for nothing in the world. Small town, I feel like it's like Band-Aid station type hospital, and I used to work over there. You just don't go there for anything major, because I felt like a lot of that was part of when my mom got really sick right before she passed away. They did a lot of stuff that was incorrect, and I went off, and then they wanted to transfer her to Florida because they couldn't handle her, and I was like, yeah, because you're about to get sued. So I'm gonna head over there and praying that everything's okay, because he was scheduled to leave to go back to Maryland on the 13th, but that's on hold, so I don't know what's gonna take place, but I will keep you guys posted. Sitting here, there's a truck that pulled up in front of like 2 houses away from us, and it's just sitting there, and I'm like, what are they doing? They've got like really dark tinted windows, so now they just drove off. I just wonder where they're supposed to be going. We just shall follow. Alright, bye-bye. Okay guys, made it into Alabama finally. When I tell you I'm dragging, like I should have been over here I stopped at the gas station to cash in my Powerball tickets. I think I won like $24. And then I stopped at the Dollar General. I had to find like some nuts and stuff to eat, to munch on, and I have some grapes with me. But my plan was I was gonna make myself get up and walk because it's like 66 degrees. It's so cloudy, but I was hurting so bad this morning. So last night I tried the melatonin, the liquid with the little dropper, and it says you can do 1 milligram, but I chose to do 2 because I went online to see like what's the limit when it comes to the liquid form, and it said you could do up to 5. So I guess 2 is too much because like when I woke up, my eyes were like so super dry. I kind of had a slight headache, and that's what I used to do before. When I would just take the pills, it would give me like the worst feeling the next day. So if I do it tonight, I will just do the 1. But when I tell you, my back and my leg is like excruciating. It took me forever to get dressed because I was just like, oh, Jesus, like to drive over here 45 minutes, which is actually taking longer because I didn't take the interstate to the Beach Express to get here. So everything's a 2-lane highway, and these little country towns, you get speed limits it'll go from 55 to 35, then back to 55, and then you've got all these people in front of you that are just like lollygagging around. So y'all pray for me. But when I get to the hospital, I know I will be having my mask on. I will get one because I know I'm at a weak point, and next week is an even weaker point. But I have my injection next week, so I'm not trying to get sick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I already feel bad. I'm trying to just stay positive and trying to keep moving, but y'all, I'm hurting. Like, it is a struggle right now. So, jeez Louise. Like, even driving this slow makes my leg hurt worse. Like, if that makes any sense to y'all. But I'm just saying, like, this is just excruciating right now. And it's so cloudy out. It looks like it's going to rain. I don't think it's going to rain unless it's going to rain, like, this afternoon or something. I don't know. So, my husband's going to have to deal with Easter today. And I think that could have triggered some of my pain because I've had to go, with him. And I was changing her because where they eat at the student center or whatever, it's like, a public bathroom. And but if she was in the actual building where her class is, they could stand outside the door. That way, if he had to go in, like, they would just let him do it, but don't let anybody else go in, if that makes sense. So things are a lot better. I know everyone, I've seen a couple comments. I haven't responded yet. Everything is better on Monday. Like, Easter really loves it. She looked really tired. She was tired Friday. When we went to lunch yesterday with her, she was tired looking, but she was determined, nope, I'm going back to class. I gotta go to class. So she was excited. They've kind of tweaked her schedule, so she does have a mate person, a peer mate mentor with her, like especially at like lunchtime, so she doesn't have to be by herself. But one of her peer people yesterday, she's she's like in her 50s, and she was super sweet. And she's been with the program. She knows. And she said, well, I was looking at her schedule because they give them like what they call free time that lets them go to like the library. And that's fine and dandy for someone that's more high functioning and can get around and knows, can communicate better. So she looked at her schedule and she was like, I'm going to tell whoever the person that handles the scheduling, that she doesn't need free time, so that they need to readjust, her schedule, so she's just not sitting, we don't even know, like, okay, where do they let her sit? Does she sit in the same classroom, or is there a break room that she's just sitting at? Like, that's not acceptable when, she can have seizures and nobody's in there, so how would anybody know? So she was taking care of that yesterday, so my husband's supposed to follow up with that today to make sure that got taken care of. But Easter is excited about going. She comes home, she talks about it, and we're just trying to give them, a week or two to make sure. But she likes it, and we're excited to see that she's excited to want to go. But we just have to make sure that certain things are implemented to understand that, every person with a disability does not have the same disability and does not have the same functioning capacity as everyone. So I think we kind of put that fire under them, because when I called Monday to tell them, hey, we'll be up there at her lunchtime to bring her lunch and to, get her, changed up and everything. And the director answered the phone, and she was like, did you guys stalk out her getting off the bus today? And I said, no, we didn't. She was like, she laughed, and she was like, if you did, it's okay. We understand. We want you guys to feel comfortable. I think she saw that, look, we're not just and I don't want to offend anyone, but I'm not even going to say it. We're just not some unconcerned parents that just let their kids go, because they want a break. Because there are parents that just want to get a check for their child and just want a break and don't give a crap what happens to their kids. And we're not those parents, period. So, I think they realize that, and they realize we don't play, and we're not going to play, because we would have your head on a stick when it comes to our child. Even though I didn't birth her, but I've been there for the last 5 years, me and my husband taking care of her, not her mom, me and him. So it's just like as if, she was, 100% mine. So we want to make sure that she's okay. And my husband said, you just scared those people. I was like, no. I was like, I don't need someone to be sugarcoating and acting like everything's okay when everything's not okay. You know what I'm saying? I said, I just wonder, if we weren't where we were when that person fell, are you going to even report it, an incident report? Is her parents going to know? I don't know. She has, a group home. I don't know where she comes from. But you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. I want to know, if that happened Easter, you going to tell us. Because guess what? When Easter gets home, she going to tell us. And that's what I wanted to wake up and realize. You're not just going to be collecting a check from the state for grants, for programs. You're going to do what you're going to do. But the mentor lady that she had yesterday was very informative. She said the teachers are super, super awesome. And they're very understanding. And so we have finally got syllabus. So we have email addresses to her actual teachers. So we will be emailing them today to just let them know her situation when it comes to why she has to drink, seizure purpose, protocols, just different stuff. And if Easter doesn't go to school, because I think it had they had to have a doctor's note. We don't take her to the doctor every time she has a seizure, or she says she doesn't feel good. We just know her body's tired and it may be too much. And so we've already told the director, but we want to reiterate, the director will be CC'd in this, to let them know, hey, we're trying to see how this works out, to see if she's capable of handling 5 days a week. And, if she's not, then we may have to put it down to 4 days. Whatever is best for her and her health, that's what we want. So, yeah, I just wanted to give you guys that little quick update. So, I'm probably maybe, I don't know, less than 10 minutes from the hospital. So, I'll be back. Hey guys, so it is 6:40. Sorry for the lighting. I'm just now leaving the hospital with my uncle. I am so tired, y'all. Dog tired. I got there and I was waiting. I talked to the nurse practitioner who was getting his history, and the doctor was supposed to come in, you know, until that time frame. I got there at like 12:30 something, and the doctor still hadn't came in. And I was like, look, I gotta go. You know, I gotta get home, take my medicine. Like, I just feel horrible. So I just told them if they need me, they can call me. My aunt was up there with them, so I'm just hoping everything's okay. So we're just trying to get a game plan to see what the hospital is going to do, because he has an infection in his bone, which is osteomyelitis. So he's on vancomycin, and they're trying to get him situated so he can travel, because they don't want to perform any kind of surgeries or procedures, which we knew that. So they were saying the caseworker would come in and all that jazz. Nobody came in. So the nurses came in. The nurses were great. And they were like, oh, well, she'll be in. We told her, you know, that you guys were waiting. She was, you know, on the other hall and waited and waited. And I'm like, is she the only hospitalist in this freaking hospital? So I just, I'm like, I'm sorry. I gotta go. Like, I'm just tired. I didn't feel good anyway when I left over here, but I wanted to check on him, but I didn't know I was going to be over here that long, because I could have brought some more medicine, because I just didn't plan on it. I thought I was just going to come check on him, you know, say, here's this other doctor's number, see if the nurses had questions, and go home. Like, I had no intentions to be in a hospital for 6 hours, pretty much. Like, that's a lot for my immune system. I did have my mask on for probably up until, I don't know, maybe 3 something, because I started having palpitations and sweating, and I think my blood sugar was dropping, so I had to get a salad. And it's just not good to be on a diet when you're not home where your, you know, stuff is at. But like I said, I didn't think I was going to be gone long. Then my phone was about to go dead. I had my car charger, but I didn't have the plug-in charger for the wall. So, the struggle, y'all, the struggle. So I'm now heading back home, and I just wanted to give you guys an update. And I'm not really doing anything when I get there, because I'm in that much pain. I can't right now. So just saying a prayer I make it back safely. I'm gonna focus on the road, but I wanted to let you guys know